right, how are you doing, everyone? Yes. My name is Dan Tan, and I'm the founder of The Positive Difference. Have any of you felt the devastating impact that emotionally charged conflicts can have, both in your personal life and in your workplace? I mean, maybe for some of you, you were the one who lost your cool, you blew your top, you exploded at your spouse or your family, your kids. And what did that do? It left an emotional scar in your relationship with them. I mean, what would you expect? Or maybe for some of you, you were just an innocent bystander in your workplace, and from around the corner you hear this eruption, these loud voices. Maybe things were thrown around the room, and that disrupted both the peace and the productivity in that workspace. I mean, what did you expect? Right? Now, I've found that a lot of the times these explosive conflicts, they stem from unmet, uncommunicated expectations. And if we can learn, if all of us here can just learn to better manage expectations, better manage our own expectations and manage other people's expectations, it'll make a huge difference. We will reduce both the likelihood and also the severity of these conflicts. I heard a statistic once. I found out that 45% of employees, they lose their temper on a regular basis. All right? I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect as a result of that? It's detrimental both to their relationships and also to their productivity. And if that's the stat in the workplace, what about in the home? What about in our personal relationships? I remember the first time I really lost my cool and blew my top at my wife. And this was back when we were dating. Okay? I found out that my then girlfriend had never been crabbing before. And I don't mean like drop net crabbing. I mean scoop net crabbing, when you've got like a stick and you're running after the crabs and trying to swipe them up. Yeah, it's great fun. If you haven't tried it, try it out. Okay? It's exhilarating if you manage to catch them. But my girlfriend at the time had never gone, heard about it, was really excited to go. Okay? So I thought, you know what? I'll do this for her. I organized the events. I got all the equipment that we needed. I gathered some people. I invited my friends, my family. I figured, you know what? Let's make this a party. Right? Let's make this a big do. And as we're about to head off, I look over at my girlfriend, because she's quite a looker. All right? I look over at her, and her face was getting darker and darker, and her demeanor was getting gloomier and gloomier. And I said the words that every well-meaning husband and boyfriend has ever said, "Dear, what's the matter?" To which she replied, "Nothing." Now, obviously, it wasn't nothing. I can see the storm clouds starting to brew over her head. We get in the car. We're driving to the crabbing spot. All right, it's a beautiful, sunny day, and I see thunderbolts starting to flash in my passenger seat. Right? And as we're halfway down on our trip, suddenly she turns to me and says, "You know what? Maybe we shouldn't have bothered going." And I snap. I slam on the brakes. I veer into the side of the road. I nearly clip the car behind me by that much. Okay? And I just lose it. Right? What do you mean not go? This whole thing was your idea. You wanted to go. I organized the people. I organized the stuff. Why are you so... And it takes me 10, 15 seconds to bite my tongue. But by then the damage had been done. I left a scar in our relationship. And to this day, it still stings. Now, what happened there? Why did I blow my top? I mean, it was a few reasons, but let me ask you, what did I expect? I expected for all my energy, efforts, time, that my dear girlfriend would be appreciative, that she would love me more, you know, that she would enjoy herself, she would make a wonderful memory. And the reality did not meet my expectations. And what about her? I mean, what was her deal? She expected that this was going to be a romantic, just the two of us, maybe a double date kind of scenario. And she was not expecting the cast of thousands I had invited to this thing. What do you expect? Today, I'm going to share with you the 3 C's of expectation management. And if you implement this in your workplace, in your personal life, you will reduce both the likelihood and the severity of the conflicts in your world. Are you ready for this? 3 C's. Communicate, Communicate, communicate. All right? You got that? You all got that? Easy, right? You have to communicate clearly. You've got to make sure that your message and your medium fit your audience. You've got to make sure that what you're saying to your audience, it gets across. Right? You've got to communicate clearly. But you also, if you want to manage people's expectations, you've got to communicate early. You've got to give them time to process what you're saying. You've got to give them time to shift their mindsets, to shift their expectations. And if their expectations and the reality are quite far apart, you might need to communicate often. You might need to incrementally adjust their mindset, adjust their expectations, so that when reality hits, you don't get such an emotional response. Communicate early, communicate clearly, and communicate often. If you do that, you will make a positive difference in your world. Thank you very much.